A nice big welcome to Worms and Warriors and Grand Tactician and Civil War. This is our Confederate campaign, which is now in 1862, August the 27th, 1862. We started this campaign in July 1861, so we're just over a year into it. Things are looking decent. We're on the final stretch, it feels, to winning victory. So, winning victory, gaining victory, you know what I mean. Anyway, so we're pushing for the win here. We've invaded Maryland, we've taken Washington, we're pushing on Baltimore. We've just won a huge battle here. This was a really nice battle. You should go and check it out. It was in the last episode. I think this is episode 20 of this series, which is pretty good. Usually these series last somewhere between 20 and 30 episodes, so it does definitely feel like we're approaching the end. It's been a fun campaign. It started with the 1.07 version of this game. It then went to the 1.08 beta of the game. And now we're in the 1.08 live version of the game. And it's been pretty good. It's been an improvement, I would say, overall, as far as the AI goes. I wasn't convinced to start with, and I'm still not entirely convinced that things are where they need to be with this game. But, that's a whole different story. Let's have a quick look at the front lines here. So, you may remember we pulled out of southwestern Missouri. We gave up Springfield, but they haven't actually taken it. We've pulled back into Arkansas. It was a strategic withdrawal. We want to fight on our own turf. They can come and invade us if they like. We'll see what comes with that. Kentucky, Tennessee, pretty secure-ish. We've got quite a lot of troops just over the river. We can't really see much going on, but there's quite a lot of Union troops kicking around just north of the river there. We've got Johnston's Corps holding our left flank with the 3rd Corps here under John Bell Hood, which is going to be about 18,000 men by the time they get their new troops. And then in the centre, we've got the HQ here under Albert Sidney Johnston somewhere. Yeah, there he is. And we've got Hardy with his 1st Corps. This is almost 40,000 men in there once they get their men in. Back to the Eastern Theatre here. We've kind of given up holding anything in the West. I've just pulled our troops out of there. Like Western Virginia, I mean, it feels like a bit of a waste of time. What we've got going on here, we've got Magruder, who's going to have almost 30,000 men. He's sitting at Winchester, while Jackson and Beauregard's Corps with Lee have pushed up and defeated a large Union force just outside of Baltimore. So that's kind of where we are. We're recruiting a few more troops in here. It's going to be about 10,000 once we get them in. We've already sent a bunch of them out to Magruder. And that's about it. We're kind of holding the Trans-Mississippi area. I may transfer some of the troops out here, out of Arkansas, if he doesn't push into Arkansas. But I'm not sure. Not too sure, really. It's one of those things. It's a bit of a balancing act. We need to try and finish this war, so let's have a quick look at the strategy. They're on 43 national morale. It's going down really slowly. So, yeah, it's just a matter of pressing on, really. Confederate major advantage now. At the start of the last episode, that was just a Confederate advantage. Today's episode might be a little shorter than usual. It kind of depends what happens and depends on how much time I have. But let's get started. Let's see what happens here. I think there's still a fort at Baltimore, so we would have to take that anyway. And they've got armies up the top here. I'm sure they're not just going to give up Baltimore. Pretty sure, anyway. Speed things up a little bit here. Let them pull out and see what happens. So we're capturing Baltimore. It'll take a little while. I'm expecting these armies to come pounding across as well. They're constructing depots at the minute, which is what the AI does. Whenever it stops, it'll build a depot. But there are a lot of troops here. Probably more than Magruder can hold off. So if they did push hard into Virginia, we would likely have to pull out of our invasion, I mean. But let's see if we can take Baltimore. That should definitely be a morale hit for them. So they've got like 25,000 troops up here, plus the 50 or 60,000 or so who are withdrawn to the north after that battle. So it's not a small force, that's for sure, that they've got there. So we've got Hood constructing a depot, and once that's constructed, we'll start moving him up. "36 men garrisoned at Fort McHenry. I mean, let's go and get that taken. Surely we can do that. Supply depot constructed. So you can see one of his armies has stopped here, and they're building a depot as soon as they've stopped. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Okay, so we are in the siege now. I think. Yep. And now, for this to be a siege is ridiculous, really. We should be absolutely annihilating those 30 troops that are in there. 37 guys. "44% chance of victory in the siege." You've got to be joking. It's ludicrous. The sieges in this game are absolutely crazy. 21 men in there. 21 men. They would just surrender. So Virginia support is up to 71% now. That's nice. Donaldson, a destination. I've moved. That's just the HQ moving to Nashville. Okay, let's have a quick look. What are we working on policy-wise? Oh, yes, we're working on war bonds. So that's going to improve our credit rating. We're on A-, which is not bad, but it's going to improve it a little. Give us a little more scope. I can't believe that's sitting on 46% chance of victory. So there you go. Anyway, they've surrendered. Okay. So it wasn't really 46% chance of victory at all, was it? I'm glad, because that would be ridiculous. We've also captured the supply depot. We're capturing Annapolis. And they're down to 41 national morale. Okay. So it's kind of it's a matter of breaking their morale now. Are their armies on the march up here? Seem to be. They do have substantial numbers up here. Going to up our spending just a little bit, not too much, just a little. I've just spotted somebody was on the move here. I'm not sure who it is. It's the Department of Pennsylvania on the move via river. Okay. 11,000 men. I'm not sure where they're going exactly. Maybe coming to reinforce these guys here, but, you know, that's not something we want to be happening. More troops on the move here. They're taking back Cumberland, Maryland. The Army of the Potomac, 20,000 men. Okay. Let's see if we can stick Magruder up against him. The problem with Magruder is that his troops are pretty poorly armed. And there's not that much artillery either. Well, they're okay, but it's all kind of division artillery rather than artillery batteries. No rifle guns. Lots of Springfield muskets still. Mixed muskets. Oof. Yeah, we've got nothing. Still 30 days for the Mississippi Rifles to arrive. So some of these guys still got mixed muskets, so I don't know, it's risky. Let's wait and see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do and then we'll decide. The Union are retreating in panic here, so they've surrendered that fort as well. Excellent. Let's just slow this down. I think they're going to come together to try and fight us. Okay, so let's move Magruder up here and see if we can block the Army of the Potomac's movements. Like I say, it'll be a toughish fight because we haven't got the weapons with that corps. Definitely lacking weapons from Magruder. Springfield muskets and, you know, we haven't got anything really. We haven't got anything available. Everything's taking forever to get here. Some rifles, some carbines still. Going to be another 9 days for the cavalry. Got no artillery available. No rifles coming. I mean, Mississippi's on order 30 days. It takes too long to order them. So 3,000 plains rifles are going to be 141 days. That's stupid. Reboard muskets. How about those? We could order 10,000 of them. It's going to be 92 days. Let's do it. We've got some 12-pound Iron Napoleons coming in 32 days, but, you know, again, there's only 32 of them. I would even order Springfield muskets right now if I could. That's the kind of situation we're in. Okay. What do we got available here? Cast artillery. Maybe. Confederate rifles again. Maybe that's a decent one. Logistics reform. That's also a good one. Saves you money in the long run. But is it worth pumping 3.5 million worth of military subsidies into? I don't think so. What about military education? So you could build an extra military academy, but I don't think so. Powered rifles, now they're good as well, but I mean, how long are they going to take to be delivered? Rifled artillery, again, I would like them, but how long will they take? Sharps rifles, another one that I'm interested in, but how long will they take? Horse artillery, I'm not bothered about horse artillery if I'm honest. Confederate rifles, I do like that one, but it'll take forever for the things to get here. Let's see what happens here. Oh, you haven't even moved. Magruder hasn't shifted at all. Ah! And then he's magicked his arse back up there. So it takes Magruder the best part of a full day to march from here to there. And they're burning down a depot. Oh. How have they even got control of the depot? How have they even got control of that depot? Like, it's bullshit. There's so much cheating from the AI in this game. It's unreal. Very, very annoying. So we've issued the war bonds. Not really sure where we're going to go next, to be honest. I don't really fancy any of these. Diplomacy, maybe? Let's leave it. I don't want to do any of these, actually. We'll just leave it for now. We've got this campaign to fight in Maryland. It's saying our prison camp's overcrowded, but I don't even know where our prison camp is. Can't even see it. Oh, there it is. I'm going to upgrade it. Let's see if we can force a fight up here. Take on the Department of Pennsylvania and the Army of the Potomac. Okay, so they... hang on. So they're starting to pull out of there. Tower withdrawing. The Army of the Potomac is pulling back. Patterson's withdrawn as well. The Hopkinsville Depot has been completed. I'm a bit annoyed that they've managed to burn down our depot even though they weren't in control of it at all. The Army of Pennsylvania is pushing on Winchester. I'm going to see if we can move Magruder across to push him out. Let's pause at a moment and go back to the 3rd Corps Army of Tennessee. That's Hood's Corps. I feel like I might unleash Hood. See if we can send him up this way. Take on the Army of the Cumberland. Yeah, let's do that. Not that way, though. So he's pulling his guys back here, but it has stretched us thin. Far too thin. Okay, let's just slow this down again. Let's go ahead and move up our HQ. I'm going to send Jackson up here towards Harrisburg. Take on whatever's in his way. It says he's low on ammunition, but I don't think we're seeing that here. 46% artillery ammunition, not good. Okay, so Jackson has bumped into the Department of Pennsylvania, and we actually have some weapons delivered here. Jocelyn rifles. Carbines. So we're going to fight this battle in the next episode. It's been a bit of a strange one, back and forward. But we're going to wipe out Patterson here, hopefully, in the next episode. Jackson can then march on Harrisburg. It should hit his morale again. We've got... the 1st Corps is almost... I mean, it's on real low readiness here, but they are engaged, so... I'm not sure how that's going to go. I can't even look at it at the moment. But anyway, that's going to be for the next episode. Hopefully Jackson's going to give Patterson a thrashing here. He should do. Patterson sucks and his army's much smaller than ours. So he's about 3 to 1 outnumbered. So hopefully we can capture some nice equipment from those guys after we've slaughtered them. And I'll hopefully see you there. Catch you later.